Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 233 of On the Backs of Gods. I'm your DM, Jillian. We have our players here today, same as always. We have Kyle, Matt, Katie, Josh, and Greg. I'll give you guys a little recap and then we can jump back into things. Uh, Last time, you all were on a little shopping adventure, and by little, I mean a day long um, spread of like a third of a continent shopping spree where you were looking to sell like gems and jewels for coin so that you could buy oils and unguents so that you could reincarnate 12 people that maybe you guys murdered. Uh, Up to you what word you want to use. But we'll go with murdered for now. Removed from this coil. Uh, but you gather all of your stuff. You all decide, hey, maybe it best if we don't go back to that city where we committed all of these murders and then maybe broke out of prison. And maybe everyone's mad about it. So we'll stay in this other town where the people in charge like us a lot and think we're cute. So we'll stay here. Uh, but Nyx has to go back to Skull City where this occurred, and kind of stays sort of in a more place of in hiding so that she is not caught by authorities, even though technically she didn't do anything wrong yet, um, uh, depending on your point of view. Uh, Aiding and abetting, what have you. But You spend 3 days reincarnating people, and eventually all 12 people are brought back. Uh, Roshan has a little convo during this downtime with uh, the shadows, speaking with Odin and the Keeper. And the Keeper was tasked with reading through a book full of Ave's memories. And The Keeper seems distraught because it seems that the plan all along was for people to get hurt, for people to die. That this was the only way to make this work was souls. And Is like, I don't want to ascend in this way. This is not the way I want to get to this place. And I would rather use my power now, the way I have it, to help people like this, if it means I'm not using that power. Um, and Roshan and Odin said, "Ooh, but what if we did it anyways?" And the Keeper said, not to Roshan, but to Odin, was basically like, "Fuck you, I'll kill you." Uh, and Odin's like, "My bad, sorry." But it seems Odin and Roshan are at least on a similar page with that. Um, and the Keeper decides that they want to like take a moment to continue reading because they want all of this information, and implied that whether correctly or not, that it is possible that Rose sort of assisted Bosch so that there would be a higher tally of souls, that more people would die. But that is just the Keeper's assumption. And there's only one person who knows the answer to that. And that would probably be Rose. Uh, so the Keeper asks Roshan if he will speak to her, and he says he will. And then the Keeper disappears back into this mind library to continue reading through this book. Uh, Odin says that they have opinions and commentary on what has happened, but trying to respect Roshan's boundaries, are waiting to kind of be addressed about it and kind of step back into the wings. Um, but the Keeper has made it known that they will not work with Odin. That is their current stance, as they do not find that Odin to be trustworthy. And that's where they stand currently. Nana and Keld wave swords around and figure out how to be cool while waving swords around together. So they have that going for them. Fen flies away to a mountain to kind of get away from the city, as it's, you guys have spent a lot of time recently in cities, or very terrible forests. That's the split. So Fen goes to a normal forest on a mountain and gets closer to Scotty, the goddess he swore fealty to, in the midst of combat, and basically gets the feeling that Scotty is not one who like observes and reaches out and requests and provides, but that Scotty is ever present in the way that they are winter and they are the trees and they are the spaces that you see, like the shadows and the light in the forest. They are just ever present. And Fen is either by his own accord, having time to think, or the influence of the nature around him, that one day he needs to go make a pilgrimage and be given a task from Scotty to prove their worth uh, as a goddess of self sufficiency and survival. Uh, Probably be something in that realm, one would assume. Though very funny if it's just like, hey, I need a dissertation. It's like, oh shit. I need you to write me a long ass paper. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
I mean, okay.
If that's what you want, Scotty. Um, but yeah, I think that's the things. Nix and Russ have a fish, and after some back and forth with what do we do with this fish that they won at the carnival, they decide that they are going to go drop it off into the duck pond, the goose pond in Skull City. And that's when Nix hears the someone clearing their throat behind her. Pardon me, do you have a moment?
Puts fish in pond. Yeah. Yeah. She'll turn around and see who it is.
You see a woman who looks to be like in her 40s or 50s, um, human presenting, black hair in a tight bun, uh, kind of warm feeling. Like the energy from her isn't very uh, oppressive or intimidating, but does wear the blacks and whites of Jarlsmen in the city. Uh, Hi, I'm Andra. Do you have time to talk?
I don't think I'm busy anymore. Yeah. Where we got the fish. Goose is up. Yeah, we're good.
Um, you can see that it's immediate that like Russ is conflicted because he's like he's conflicted between being like Nix, you don't have to say anything, like you don't have to say anything, or but he's also like, or it might be easier to cooperate. You can see he is stuck between those two things, and like his brain stalls. He's like,
I
those are the
don't,
two
I
options.
don't think Nix even thinks about the fact that, oh, she might not want to be talking to the cops. She's just like, oh, yeah, no, we got to talk to people that want to talk to
Yeah, you
us.
can see that Russ seems slightly uncomfortable, whatever, however you
Hmm.
interpret that.
I, because we might have something to go do soon. I'm not sure.
Oh, I hopefully won't take up a lot of your time.
Okay.
Just a couple minutes. Um, this might sound weird, but we haven't seen you in town in a few days. You or your companions.
Yeah. I was uh, below ground.
I see. And your companions, are they also below ground or?
No, they're not here, as far as I know. I was bringing back. Oh, you. I'm assuming you know that I told the leader of the Blind Eyes. I don't know who it is anymore. Who's in charge of them? I told them that I would bring back everybody, and that's what I've been doing.
That is quite the noble act and something I would like to talk to you about. Um, I'm sorry, my son is misbehaving. Uh,
Just
she pulls out a spray bottle and sprays the goose that is rapidly approaching. She's like, "No, no,
mm,
you need to back up. No, thank you." Uh,
an
uh,
evil goose.
This goose is bad. You think you put a chair in a cute spot, and then the goose gets up on the chair and can reach all the plants. But that's neither here nor there. Um, well, here's the thing. Um,
Mm.
so one of your companions, I'm assuming that you are aware, confessed to murder and then broke out of holding, and then I'm assuming has left the city.
That all sounds accurate. I was there when he confessed to murder, so I can definitely confirm that part happened.
Mm. And were you there for said murders?
I was technically not even in the room yet, and I walked in and asked them what they were doing, and then immediately went and got all the people's hairs and said I'm bringing them back.
Okay. Um,
So, yes, but not in the way of like I wasn't killing people, if that makes sense.
no, I fully understand where you are coming from.
I can
Uh,
introduce you to all. They're looking completely different now.
I think we'll definitely want to check in on that and make sure. As like, I believe you, but nobody is just going to believe me when I walk back in there and say, "Oh, they were brought back. They're different people now." But you can trust me. I
Well, they're the
believe you,
same person,
but
but different bodies because they had a new body that grew out of a mushroom.
yeah. See, if I went and told my superiors that, they'd be like,
Mm.
Can you get that in writing or something?" So we'll probably have if there are a few representatives from the Blind Eyes that would be willing to meet in a public space or a space of their choosing, that would be amazing. So we can confirm that. That does not exactly change that those acts still took place.
I agree. It does not change it.
So you can see how we're in a bit of a pickle.
Hmm.
Um, and um, do you know where your friend Fen is?
Well, I know where I left them. They're supposed to call, send a message to me at some point, and either we'll come back or I'll open a tree and have them show up. Well, outside because there aren't any good trees in here,
That's true.
unless you have
So
one that's like hidden.
I'll have to ask around if we have any good trees. I know we have some fine trees, I suppose, but
It has to be like the size of a person at least.
got it. I will see if we have something that is more readily available and isn't as much of a trek.
Yeah.
Um, but so you're implying that all of your companions are returning to Skull City.
If they don't, then I guess they have decided that this is all on me now, even though I didn't do anything.
Understood. I just want to let you know that
Hmm.
you are not in trouble and we appreciate what you are doing. Um, and for ease, uh, if your companions do return, and we highly suggest that Fen does return, that he immediately turns himself in so this can be handled appropriately.
I'll let them know.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Nix.
Do I need to go somewhere to learn about a tree?
Um, how about you swing by our main office and you can ask Queenie. She's pretty knowledgeable. She might know of a good tree.
I'll do
Okay. All right. Thank you for your time.
that. Mhm.
And she gives you a nod and then looks over and gives Russ a nod and she turns and goes. So you know you're in trouble, right?
So I shouldn't go ask about a tree?
No, they're not going to do anything now. It'd be more of a thing
Okay.
if if your friends did not return, you would certainly be getting sort of the short end of the stick.
It'd be really awkward because I could just, if they put me in this holding cell, it would be even easier for me to leave than anybody else.
Uh, and currently, with your connections in Skull City,
It'd be really bad.
you're probably first off getting bailed out near immediately. Um,
I might not even get into the cell.
yeah, it's possible. From what I heard, though, I think Fen was in that cell for like what, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then there's a hole in the
I
fucking
don't know. There was barely any time. I didn't ask him.
Sindri probably would have posted the bail if somebody came and spoke to him. Not that I think you guys couldn't pay it, but he probably would have.
I don't think we didn't even have time because we couldn't go see him that day because everything was happening.
Yeah, you can't really visit people when they're in holding.
Right.
But he would have
Well, that
probably been
makes
moved at
sense.
some point. But that's neither here nor there. We are past both of those places. So whatever all of you end up doing, yep.
Like, I'm kind of hoping Roshan's gonna do most of the talking so that it goes well.
Mm. It wouldn't hurt to get maybe a written character witness sort of written up by people of importance.
So everyone that was at that meeting.
Probably everyone besides the chief, because that's
yeah.
probably who you will be appealing to. So it'd be weird if he wrote a character witness for himself to look at.
I guess I can start fighting those people while I wait for them to show up or
Yeah.
reach out.
And listen, I can't promise that Sindri wants to put his neck out for this, but he might, so it might be worth asking.
First tree, then we'll stop by Sindri's and then try to find other people, I guess.
Okay.
I'm just gonna bop around.
So you're gonna go bop around. Roll me a luck check. Let's see if there's a good tree here.
Absolutely not.
No, Queenie's like, oh man, you go to the park. The park is pretty great. We have a couple of small trees there. But if you really want to see trees, you probably do got to put on your coat.
All right, thank you. She'll take a piece of candy.
Yeah. She was already like pushing the bowl towards you. She's like, here you go. And you know,
drink here.
yeah. While I'm here, you were welcome to talk it through, or you can just give me a roll to see if you can get Sindri to.
I'm happy to just roll it.
Okay. I will give you advantage because of your relationship to Sindri, and also the fact that you cannot lie to Sindri. That's always going to be a pretty good boon. So you can go ahead. I want a 15 is what I'd like.
With my -1.
Yeah, I'd like a 15.
Well, not that die. Certainly not that die either.
Okay.
That's an 11.
Okay. Sindri seems to be more of the mind. He's like, hey, if this escalates and we like go to court, I will write you something, I promise. But for this initial plea, he doesn't feel comfortable. And
understandable.
Yeah. I think that's pretty understandable. I can also give you Mizran, Mother of the Sworn. I'd love a 10. No advantage.
That's what I had last time on the
let's do it again.
Let's see, now I got a 17.
Well, she's gonna write a really good one. uh, yeah, she'll have something written up and sent over. Was there
Thanks.
somebody else you were thinking about?
I guess technically going down to the blind eyes to like for bottleneck slash whoever, because I have to
Okay.
go talk to them anyway about you know, I need some of your people to show up and say, "Hey, we're alive again."
We're alive, we promise. Um,
I'm Douglas. I
okay.
used to be a
Maybe
human.
bring along
Now
like
I'm
a
not.
brother.
Okay, so I'm going to give you advantage again just because you brought all of this man's friends and his brother back to life.
Listen,
But
guys.
I will be needing that 15.
Hmm. Hey, that's a 15 on the first one. I assume it's better though. Okay, it's not.
Okay. Um,
It was a 1 on the second one, in case you wanted to know, guys.
it seems he is content to write something that is more addressing like that the problem on the physical spiritual level has been solved. He does not want to write Fen a character witness. He does not want to be like, this is a good guy. He doesn't feel comfortable doing that.
Right.
But will be like, I will definitely be outspoken about that. These people have been brought back to life. And if the city wants to provide some sort of counseling, that'd be great. Uh, if they want to do that, that'd be super cool.
Do you
But
do they need money for counseling? I'll hand more jewelry over.
okay, you hand more jewelry over. They're all gonna get therapists.
That's
Uh,
what 1,000 gold worth of jewelry for everybody to have one session.
sure, yeah. Wow,
Insert BetterHelp ad here.
Yeah.
yeah. Hey guys, we're sponsored by BetterHelp. We're not. Uh, we're not. Sometimes little apps ask me if I want to advertise, and I'm like, calm down. My mom doesn't want to play your app. She doesn't want to play. Uh, Anywho, is there somebody else you wanted to talk to, Nix? So you got at least one letter for possible character, and then one being like, okay, I will stand by the fact that everyone's not dead anymore.
I guess she'd go to Pink's just because that's where we held the meeting.
Okay, so you're gonna go
This
get
person
Pink.
was involved, kind of.
Okay. So how about Pink's not happy about the whole ordeal, so no advantage. I want a 15.
Mm. That's a 3.
Okay. Uh, Pink's just not there. You're just not
The
able to
door
find
is
Pink.
it's still locked. Like,
You're
man.
like, they're like, it's like noon. We're not open.
Uh,
Oh, and Pink
well,
might
I
be on
tried.
vacation after all that. You're like, I did my best. So you have at least two people at least willing to say vaguely good things. Um,
My work here is done, guys. I've done
you
it.
did it. Good job, Nix. We are on the third day. Fen has flown back down from the mountaintops. All of you are together without Nix in Jarlsbecker. What are we doing?
If anyone has anything, otherwise Roshan will send the daily sending to Nyx.
What's it
I
say?
don't think I've got anything else besides that. I think it's primarily just checking in with the crew, making sure everybody's kind of ready to pack up since we're probably going to be ready to head back in the next day or so.
Yeah. Roshan will sending to Nyx and say, should we plan on heading your way? Do you need anything from Jarlsbecker while we're here?
I don't need anything. Just go to the tree in town and let me know when you're there.
I think Roshan is a little surprised and says, "Oh, I suppose she is ready this evening. If we're ready to head back."
Well, good to know. So what's the plan with regards to Fen? Are we lying low or
Well, I think now that Nyx's task is done and the others have been resurrected, that we should just rip the band-aid off and speak to them and hopefully clear this up. And then, if by the grace of the gods, perhaps we can just have a nice dinner in town.
might be nice.
Something to look forward to.
That's assuming that the chief and or the chief's daughter have a spare 5 minutes for us when we arrive in town. We'll see.
Considering the circumstances, I think they might.
We can hope. In that case, nothing really pressing for me here. I suppose we'd best head back. I need to gather thick biscuit from Skull City before we leave.
All right. How much time do you need to pack up? I will tell Nyx we'll be at a tree then.
My kit's ready to go, honestly. So
Kill throws a bunch of stuff into his pot. All right.
Jillian, can I retcon something?
Maybe. Let's
Yeah.
hear.
Can Fen have asked Corrine for the name of an advocate or a barrister or something like that in Skull City if she knew anyone, just in case on the off chance the party needs it?
Sure. That's a. The answer is yes. I'm finding a name that I think is funny. Like a fantasy lawyer name is what I want. Y'all don't gotta wait for me. You don't need to know that name to continue forward. Y'all do what you're doing.
very well.
Fen would probably hand all of his arrows as well as his bow to Nana so he doesn't return to the city armed.
I think that's fair.
He'll keep
I
the rest
think
of his gear,
perhaps-
but anything pointy he'll give to Nana.
Yeah. Any weaponry, I think, is wise, and that way there's nothing for them to confiscate. And you'll have your things back all the sooner once we have this cleared up.
Well, I'm not sure there's any guarantee that I'll get them back or that it'll be any time soon, but I think we've done what we can, and thank you.
Absolutely. I mean, all we can do is make up for our mistake and hope that we can repair any damage left. Shall we?
I'm sorry for all the trouble that I've caused everyone.
It's all right.
We
It's
all
not
ran
bad.
into it.
Yeah,
We
that we did.
we ran in as a team expecting another cult of Bosch. And what we got were families. People fighting for basic rights and
Completely
dignity.
different situation.
We could have been better informed. We could have been more careful, and I think we should be in the future.
All right. I will tell Nyx we'll be at the tree in 10 minutes. That should give her
Okay,
enough
that's
time
easy.
to find one.
Hopefully.
She's speedy.
Okay. You tell Nyx that you're like, we're going to the tree. And Nyx is like, okay. And Nyx puts on a coat. And
Mhm.
all of you meander to your trees and pretty easily are able to return to Skull City, staring at the giant skull before you, as you are in the outer area of the skull. Uh, Up to y'all. All on you guys now.
I will update you guys on everything I have done today
Hmm.
and the information from this woman, and that I talked to the people and got a letter and everything.
Oh,
Hmm.
you've been busy.
Finn, they said that you should go turn yourself in immediately, so I guess we should all go talk to them immediately.
Hmm.
Speaking with the constabulary is probably the best way to rip the bandage off, as it
Mhm.
were.
Well,
Yeah.
should we take the back way in and go straight to the courthouse, or should we go through the front door and submit ourselves that way?
Is there an
And-
advantage to either?
They just said to turn ourselves in immediately, so
Right. Let's
All
just
right.
Guess
go
whichever way is
by-
quicker.
they saw
the
me
front
go out
gate.
the front door.
There you go.
Okay.
So if they saw you go out that way, they'll be expecting you to come back in the same way. Let's
Yeah.
have it.
Let's head in.
Okay. You head back into Skull City and are immediately met with not aggressive force, but with force. They have brought multiple guards to meet you at the entryway, and are asking for cooperation, and seem interested only in really cuffing Fen. Seems to be their intent. And they ask very politely to do so.
And would it be permissible for us to accompany Fen and you from here?
A woman steps forward, moving to the front, black hair tied up in a bun, kind of gives like a little wave to Nyx. Hi, nice to meet all of you. My name's Andra. I've been put in charge of this particular case. As a show of good faith and to give, I think, all parties enough time to gather themselves. We would appreciate, Fen, if you would turn yourself in now, remain in holding until tomorrow, and we will have a hearing with the chief then, which all of you may attend, and you may speak your piece, and a judgment will be decided.
I'll accompany you.
I appreciate it.
Roshan, will you find? And he'll give the name of the
Yeah,
attorney.
you give the
Mhm.
attorney's name. It is Sue Pettyfogger, and I was
I
like,
was going with the name Rock Wrong as opposite to Phoenix Wright, but Sue.
That's
What's her
funny.
last name?
Sue
Pettyfogger.
Pettyfogger?
Pettyfogger.
It's Pettyfogger and Wrong is the
Yes, Pettyfogger and
Pettyfogger
Wrong
and
is
Wrong.
the yes.
Pettyfogger and Wrong.
Yes. Fantastic.
I had the word
That's the-
pettyfogger in my head, but I needed to Google if it was like a slur or something because it sounds like a slur in my brain. I was like,
it kind of
it's not a
does.
good word, but I'm like,
It
is it a
can't be.
slur though?
Mm,
I
It's
how
learned a
bad
new
are we
word
talking?
today.
It's just
Like
kind of
from
just,
rapscallion to something that will get us censored off of both
yeah,
platforms.
it's much
How bad are we
closer to,
talking?
I think rapscallion. It's like you're a
Okay.
liar, you're a cheater. Is
Baphomet with bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
you are not trustworthy is kind of the implication of the
Ah.
name Pettyfogger.
Great,
So
cool.
so you have the information of Pettyfogger and Wrong, who Corian recommends highly. Fen, you are checked for weapons. If you still had your bag on you, they would allow you to like hand your bag over to somebody and be like, you don't have to have that.
Yeah. So Fen will just have his clothing and he'll hand everything else over to Nana.
Cool.
I'll look after it for
and
you till you're done.
and they tell you to meet them in the main building tomorrow morning. And we should be able to figure out what to do heading forward. And Fen, you're escorted back to the same holding cell that you had escaped from prior.
Is Corrupted
Good.
Wolf still in that cell?
Hasted like plywood put up. Over the,
Yeah, I was
over the
about to say
hole.
the wall itself is definitely more wood than stone at this moment. It's it has not been fully repaired yet. You are put technically in the cell like next to yours because yours you can see has like is bent out of shape, and someone your size could easily step through. So you are put in the cell next to it. And have there are at least like 4 guards that stay in the area instead of just the one guy that there was there last time.
It's okay, guys. There's no peer pressure this time.
And Corrupted Wolf is not there.
Thank God.
The split party opinions on Corrupted Wolf just as split as Sindri. It's like it's both ends of the spectrum about how people feel about Corrupted Wolf. But Fen, you are taken into holding. You are provided food and water, but and if you get chilly, you can have a blanket. But that's about what's going on in there. I'd love to check back in on team. Team, you have basically the rest of the day to prepare.
Team, you are not prisoners.
Yeah, team, you guys haven't been arrested yet. Um, So you're
Yeah.
welcome to do whatever you think you'd like to do tonight, whether that is talking to each other and preparing or whatever you see fit. But Fenn's gonna just take some time to vibe by himself in the cell.
I think that it would be a wise thing for us to at least discuss amongst ourselves in private how we plan to handle tomorrow. And if we need to get in contact with this Pettifogger and Wrong organization, then perhaps it's best for us to introduce ourselves today rather than tomorrow.
Yeah, I think Roshan would probably steer us that direction first if it's clear where that is.
It takes a little time. You definitely have to ask around, but you are able to find the offices of Pettifogger and Wrong. Pretty small office, but well decorated. So it's kind of a toss up in your mind whether this is a good firm or otherwise. But it is the one that Corrine recommended, or it was the only one she knew of in Skull City. The front room has like a couple places to sit and like a fake potted plant. And you think this place maybe has like 1 to 2 more very smallish rooms in it. It is a very small building. But the room you are currently in is like empty.
Roshan will magically amplify his voice, not very much, but just say, "Hello, is anybody in? We're looking for Pettifogger and Wrong, or just one of them."
I will take one or the
Pettifogger
other.
and all Wrong?
Is there a bell? I'll go sit and
Hey,
Get
go
the
to
bell.
ring the bell.
Nick's just like ding 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 ding.
I just want to find like a
Lawyer,
lineage
lawyer,
generator.
lawyer.
Lawyer.
Boy, that was easy.
I'll hand out candy that I took from Queenie while we wait for somebody to come out.
Oh, thank you.
Somebody roll me a D100. I'm tired of picking lineages. I won't do it anymore.
I got it.
Okay, get it.
34.
Interesting.
Amazing. Okay. This is why you randomly generate. You amplify your voice, you ringus the bell, um, and this one of these small back doors opens, and coming through crouching before standing is a very large woman, muscular, very rectangular body, head now scraping the top of the ceiling. This is a Goliath woman. But she looks very well put together and neat, in, I would say, fantasy lawyer clothes. Whatever you decide that is in your brain, that's for you. All of you can have a different image of fantasy lawyer clothes, probably a pencil skirt.
I'm also picturing a pencil box hat. Matchbox
Perhaps
hat.
whatever you each picture is true. Um, all of them are true at the same time. She steps in. How can I help you today? And like these long steps, but like very slow and measured because she clears the room near instantly. Um,
Roshan will reach up to give her a handshake.
mhm.
Hello. So we have your name on from an acquaintance in Jarlsbecker. Our friend Fen has found himself in a bit of a pickle, and should tomorrow not go well, may need representation in a matter of murder. But we have a meeting with the chief in the morning, which I hope will go well. It's just that we're not versed in Skull City law, so we might require your services perhaps on a retainer.
Particularly
Uh,
considering the murderees are alive now, although not all of them looking the way that they did before.
None of them look the same as they did before.
I see.
that is very interesting. Who recommended me to you?
Her name, well, our friend Fen, which I'm almost certain he got your name from Corrine.
Oh, Corrine, what a peach. Consider me at your employ. Um, uh, wrong. Get out here. Somebody roll me a D100.
I got it, I got it. That is a clean 50.
Okay. Coming out of the back room, you see a pretty squat, kind of greenish gray toned, pretty short looking half orc. He looks like he has a bit of a receding hairline and is wearing fantasy lawyer clothes.
Rock wrong, fantasy lawyer.
Did I hear Corrine's name? What a peach. And Sue's like, what a peach.
She certainly is.
How about you give us some information on your particular case? And you said that there is a hearing tomorrow. If you would like us to attend tomorrow, we would be available. It is not a lot of time to prepare, but we could at least be there for some of the paperwork, and or if it starts to go really, really poorly. But I already feel good about the fact that how can it be a murder if everyone's not dead? So I think
you
we're
are.
already in the clear.
That's what we're hoping.
Roshan will give them the cliff notes, all of the pertinent highlights. Because they're lawyers, they're gonna keep their mouths shut. If not to the town, then maybe to Corrine, but who cares if she knows our business?
Little do we
and-
know, Fen spilled all our business to Kareem.
She probably already knew. She's got
Probably
eyes
Probably
everywhere.
so. That's true.
And then ask if we could have their service, yes, just as a backup for the morning, and drop like a handful of platinum and say how much is your fee?
Uh, Usually our fee is about around 100 upfront, and then if we win, which we are known to do, we get the second half, which will be another 100, depending on, and then depending if this continues, how many times we have to appear, 100 gold. Um, but hopefully, this is a one-time thing. I will give you this warning. We are happy to be there. Um, there is there is something, and she kind of like kneels down to be closer to y'all's level. There is something about an emotional appeal from civilians that sometimes just pulls at the heartstrings, right? That I cannot exactly do. If I walk into the room and I take over, it's business, and they are going to be playing on a similar field and level to me. But if you walk in as concerned citizens, people who care about their friend and have worked hard to right their wrongs, keep the city safe, um, it's, I think, an easier spin on things. I'm not saying it's perfect, but I think it's a good place to start. Is I will be taking a back seat, and I will just be prepared if it seems things are starting to not go our way. But once again, nobody's even dead. So what are we doing here? Um, and she's like, write that down. And you already see Rock writing. All right.
We need that in the notes.
We will be there tomorrow, and if you have the ability to get like a little misty-eyed, that is amazing. If you cannot, we have tricks for that. So if you need some assistance, we have got you covered. A couple good ways to do it. So we can give you a couple things at the door. You walk in, and it's so here, stick to the facts, but like sprinkle in the emotion, right? You're not lawyers, you're people.
I've
We
got
do
it.
tend to speak with our hearts on our sleeves rather easily anyway, so I feel
Yeah,
like that
you've
will
got
be
the spirit. Speak with your heart. And she gives you guys a wink.
right.
I don't think
Roshan,
they'd be able to tell if I'm crying or not.
mm,
I think
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
just
use that to your advantage. Just wipe at your face
mm,
sometimes. A little
Okay,
napkin.
mm,
that'll be my role in the back.
Amazing.
perfect.
I will warn you, you will probably have to talk because you brought these people back to life. But
I
because
did.
you're able to get Bottleneck, who is, I will say, not the most reliable source that you could have brought. But that balances out with the Mother of the Sworn, very different people you are bringing as character. Uh, but maybe this will just be a one and done, and we won't have to talk ever again unless you do something else, and you know where I'm at.
Very rare is it that we wish earnestly to only see someone more seldom, but hopefully this will just be a one and done, as it were.
All right. We'll see you in the morning. We'll try and do a few things on our end to make it official, but not so much so that they're on their like A game. Keep them comfortable for now.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you again.
yeah, don't wing it. Go practice this shit in the mirror.
Right.
But you don't want it to sound like you practice this shit in the mirror, right?
Right.
Okay. You got it. You guys got it.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you in the morning.
Thank you again, and we'll get that practice in.
And it is the as you go, you can hear her turn, and it is the heavy click of like a very large woman's heels on the ground. And you guys have a law firm at your disposal.
Fantastic. Well, I feel better knowing that we've got enthusiastic representation, just in case we simple laymen cannot make do. But honestly, the matter is not great, not exactly open and shut, but fact of the matter is the people who were dead are not dead now, so that goes a ways.
And we were well intentioned, I think. Yeah.
And you were like given the unofficial go ahead for us to deal with the problem for them, technically, Nana.
It's sort of true, yeah. I mean, I
I
tried
think
to
we
speak
should.
to the chief, and the chief was like, "We cannot be involved
I
officially."
think
So,
that part of the story is something we leave out. When
Okay.
right.
you shouldn't seek to implicate the judge in your crimes if the judge is the one who
Oh.
metes out your justice.
Ooh, that's a good point. Ooh, that's a very good point.
So this is why you're doing the talking mostly, Roshan.
Yes.
I've got it.
Yeah. I mean, if nothing else, give us all some basic talking points, and
I need
we'll all
note
of us
cards.
find a good mirror.
I think
See,
the point where we should all get misty-eyed is the point where we realize we've done wrong in the the lair,
right.
and I'll do the rest.
And we can earnestly say we were only involving ourselves out of concern for the safety of the citizens of the town, and when we learned that our actions were no longer in that interest, we reversed course.
Exactly. All right. Yeah.
I mean, the facts are not lovely, but they are at least facts, and we can speak to them honestly and out of a place of care. And as Ms. Pettifogger said, perhaps that will be a little bit more meaningful in this case. It seemed to do at least some good in encouraging the both of them to attend the meeting. So,
True.
So you
Well,
guys go
does
get
anyone-
dinner.
Yeah, we'll make it a light dinner so we can
Yeah,
save
yeah.
the fancy one for exoneration.
Yes.
You guys go
But
get
then-
wraps.
Does anyone want to stay in a hotel, or shall I just summon Worry's End?
Depends on where we're going to keep Thick Biscuit. Might be easier to let him stay in the stable another day, but we don't necessarily need to put up in the same place.
Well, how about this? I'll summon it somewhere where we all know, and you can come and go as you please. Just so it's not awkward, Roshan will get a room at the place we usually stay and put the mansion in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie.
That works. Convenient and centralized.
While you maybe ponder things that you may be interested in doing this evening, whether it's just like everybody like, and then this is when we cry, and what have you. This is where we will go ahead and just take a break. Thanks for being here. Go get a snack and a drink, and we'll be back in 10.
Thank you, Ted.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 233 of On the Backs of Gods. We just took our 10-minute break. The party has gathered back at Skull City and is preparing for court. Uh, they plan to go in and defend Fen, who committed 12 counts of murder. But those people are no longer dead. But he also
Habeas corpus.
he also broke out of jail, and that isn't undone. He's technically back in it now, but that still
I was like,
doesn't fix the
well,
big hole in the wall. He didn't unhole the wall. So until I guess that's done, we'll say that there's still crimes that were committed. So Fen is in holding for the night. You guys have a lawyer on retainer, and in the morning, you will hopefully get this done and dusted, or it will get worse, and and this is going to become a different type of campaign. Uh, where I bring in somebody who understands law stuff, and they take my place for a couple sessions, and they run, and we
On
go
the-
from there.
On the briefs of gods.
There we go. And some lawyer will take over, they'll have a good time, and then we'll get back to it. But it is the evening before the hearing. Is there anything anybody wants to accomplish besides practicing their tiers or what they want to say? Uh,
Roshan would conspire with Odin late into the evening hours.
I do think
what do you mean conspire?
I couldn't answer that question. I don't know. Anybody else before the late evening hours?
I ask if I should bring Goose to the trial.
I don't believe bringing an iteration of corruption
Hmm.
into a place where corruption has traditionally been
Right.
eliminated with extreme prejudice. It's what the whole city was built on. They had like pikes outside and everything.
So I should introduce him a different day. Got it.
A different day. Very different day from the day where we would like for them to look at us and think we are not threatening the people. Like, so
Anything
long
else?
as it doesn't like ride on somebody like being free or being in jail, that would be a better other time to introduce Goose. Yes.
Right. Do we know how? Did Fen tell us about how he broke out of prison? Like that they went through the wall and all that? I don't remember.
Good question.
I'm trying to recall myself.
I'd be kind enough to say that info could have been revealed.
Okay.
Especially because 3 other people were involved in that. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we would have
Yeah.
heard about it.
All right,
Yeah,
so
we've
maybe
gotten the story.
I can't do anything about it today, but I could prepare something to be able to fix the hole in the wall. Like,
Okay.
It
fix
would
the
be good of
stone.
us if we are able
Then I
to
fix both
get
of the
any
crimes,
damage
right?
done.
There you go. Right. We could offer even if you're not able to make that happen. We're of
Well, I just
some
have to,
talent
like-
and strength and means. We can make things work.
I can make stones of wall. up
Oh,
here, and if I just stay
Okay.
focused on it, it'll stay there, so it should be fixed.
oh, really? Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, all right. If you can do that, then problem solved. I would imagine we can offer that as well at the trial as further recompense for
Got it.
any remaining grievances. So, and I feel like that's a very good idea. Thank you.
Then I'll just spend the rest of the night having them coach me how to make it look like I'm wiping tears and not sweat away.
Right. See,
It's
the
just
thing
water
is-
on my face.
you really like have you ever like kind of ugly cried before and it just like got all over your face. Have you felt that before?
Yeah, but I haven't pretended to do that.
No. But like, you know what? Imagine like how much
Mhm.
of it is going to be like right here and right down here, and you've got to like use like the backs of your hands because it's a lot, and like don't sniffle like you've got the flu. You haven't got to do it hardly at all. Add in maybe one.
Just like
You
use my
sound so
whole hand.
practiced, Nana.
I've watched a few kids of chiefs in my
Hmm.
day, and I've seen them turn things on a switch. It's uncanny.
That is true. I've seen kids do that too.
Nick's roll performance for me as you practice.
Mhm.
If we're
I just wanna see
coaching
where we're
her,
at.
are we able to
No.
assist? Okay.
Nah. I think it's hard to help somebody
Yeah.
fake cry.
For sure.
I'm at a
Okay.
solid 9.
Okay.
It's
All right.
not super great right now, guys.
Okay.
It's when somebody does coaching for you and then you're going through the motions and it looks like you're going through motions and it's very stiff. So she's doing the
Mm,
correct things, but it looks like, and then I do this and then I do
Maybe not
that
all
and
of us have to cry.
perhaps. You know what? I think those all are good things to do, but
Mhm.
maybe like choose one of them. Let go for a couple of questions. Don't even worry about it. Pay attention. But then maybe a few questions later, do one other. And don't worry about it past that.
Yeah, it feels like it'd be a lot to be crying the entire time anyway.
Yeah, you know, just
And
like.
then if they ask me a question and I can talk normally, that'd probably be bad.
Exactly. So just sort of like worry about like keeping your answers short and like, be true to how you feel. And like, I think we're sorry that this happened. And I think you can feel that. And if the moment sort of takes you, cool. Let it roll. But don't think too much about it. Honestly, we're trying to do good by
Mhm. Mhm.
showing we are sorry. That's the gist of it. So if we can show that, if nothing else with what we are offering to do and what we've already done, I think we're most of the way there.
And maybe I'll just leave the fake crying part to you guys.
I'll see if I can pull it off any better. We'll find out.
Okay. Anything else this evening?
I think Keld will use his sending stone to tell Thor about them going to court tomorrow. uh,
I mean, you could just say that.
yeah.
Wow. Hope there's no judgment that I'm not doing that shit. But if you guys want to, no judgment from me. And you can. It almost sounds like three people like holding back laughter. That
It
you
sounds
guys
kind
didn't.
of like judgment.
That you guys just didn't take the money and run. But then
Y'all
again,
got money?
your crimes are probably worse than theirs. We only got drunk and disorderly, really from Thor. So
Yeah.
they're like, and she's like, I could still wear the gauntlets for this one. If not, I'd have been dragging my ass back there. Like, okay, I'll see you in court. Okay, so you get Thor up to date. Anything else from the people?
I think Nana takes some time and meditates on how she really does want tomorrow to go and tries to pray to Snotra with intent to offer tomorrow as an opportunity to approach with Snotra's teachings in mind.
Okay. You do that. Roshan,
Hey.
what are you doing? What are you doing?
I think Roshan would reveal a new room to himself. And it's a room that is again found by the twisty path among the trees. And this time the steps lead up into a wooden door set into the wood of the trees, and inside is a room that perfectly reflects the dark night sky with a splash of stars across it. And from there, um, he would conjure silence, um, looking at the stars, and reach out to Odin.
Um, it's immediate that you feel Odin's presence in this space.
And so I think what he says without looking at Odin, he will look out among the sky at the stars and say, I I don't know how to save you. I don't want to lose you, but at this point I don't know how to finish things with the keeper in the state that they're in. But I don't want to lose you. Um, what did you have to say about the keeper's state yesterday?
You can see Odin in your periphery, and Odin looks like you. Same height, same build. I understand that you're in a difficult place. I don't envy it. But I too would like to survive this. I've told you before, and I stand by this as crude as it is. If you try to get rid of me, I will fight as the others had. I don't want to have to do that, but I will. But my opinions, or I suppose the things that I saw yesterday when we were speaking to the keeper, is that they seem I'm trying to seek the kindest word. They seem unwell. It seems that the information they have gathered is affecting them deeply. And it is apparent. the things we saw, in my mind, mirrored a bit of what we saw with Gulveg and Fenrir. This unraveling. From what I have gathered from watching this whole time, is that we are a collection of moments, as any person is, but we are not a full picture. We are, it seems, some of our most heightened moments. A lot of those revolving around our deaths. And usually those are moments of flaw and folly. And whatever was driving us in that moment is amplified. And from what I have, the thing is, what I assumed would be Avier's folly is ambition, is that he would be driven by it. Ergo, his shadow would be driven by it. And that doesn't seem to be the case, does it? So I'm thinking that I was mistaken in my first assumption that they are driven by ambition, and in their most heightened moment, perhaps their death. It feels more like doubt, doesn't it? That is their most heightened emotion, is doubt, a consuming feeling. And I worry that if that is true, that the keeper being involved in your ritual would be catastrophic, as it seems that your friend even said that emotions could play heavily into the outcome. Doubt can play heavily into the outcome if the keeper is feeling doubt, especially if it is their most heightened feeling. It could be, I can't swear it would be, but it seems that we could end up with a negative outcome. If I was not there, that would truly be the only thing. There would be no balance. As I will inform you, I think that ambition still stays with me. I do not know if it is my most heightened piece of me, but it is still there. And I do not feel doubt when it comes to you in this ritual. I am not trying to imply anything. Only that currently I worry that we may be on a path to failure, whether I am part of it or not.
I think Roshan feels Odin's first statement about how he's worried about that the keeper feels unwell, and I think he feels that in his stomach. And it's a sinking feeling that only gets worse as Odin talks. And Roshan says, I know what you mean. The keeper could not have performed this ritual yesterday, not with the state that they were in. And I hope that it gets better reading the rest of that book, although I'm not sure. And I don't want to make a call until the time draws near, but I think I should still work toward it. But now, with what you've said, the only way I could see you getting out of this is perhaps when I got my hands on Gungnir. It's an item of, well, you. It must contain a modicum of your power. And I think if we're to follow our assumptions and do things as has been stated, then I think it would be safest for you to preserve yourself there. But if what you say is true and the keeper isn't fit for this, then I'll need you to. So I suppose I'm back where I started.
Perhaps it feels that way, but you are in a position where you have, I would say, more information. You have a path. You have ideas. Do I personally wish to be contained upon the spear? No. Mostly, besides for my selfish reasons, is that the more power you have, I feel like the better place you will be in. So I would not wish to take away from that. And your possibly already rocky situation around your ritual. Is there an alternative path to that? As I am still content to do this, and if things are to work out, I am content to do this with the keeper. Is there a way then to maybe safely remove the keeper? This is I would say, the last thing I would try to recommend, but I do wish for you to see all angles.
I don't think I could do it. I'm tired of losing parts of myself. And giving up more than I had planned at this point. I'm willing to lose the things that I've already agreed to lose, but I suppose fate is fickle and I could lose them anyway, but I'd really like to hold on to them. You included.
I appreciate the sentiment, and I'm sorry for bringing up the option.
No, it's good. I should understand.
I just don't want something that many people have been working quite hard for, and it seems people have died for. this ritual. I would
Yeah.
like to see it succeed.
I would too. I also need Rose to tell me that she hasn't put a stain on her own soul to see this through.
And what if she has?
Then I don't know if I could convince the keeper to follow through in the first place.
Well, if that is the case, I suppose you'll have to decide if honesty or discretion is necessary. We know a piece of your mind, but it is all what is presented to us. It is the open places of your memory and your thoughts. If there is something that you wish to keep contained, we cannot see it. We would have to try and find it in the scramble of it would be like trying to find a star with no name.
Well, then I apologize that I've kept so much of myself away from you and everyone. But I suppose I'm just unsure what to do. Perhaps
I'm
tomorrow
not.
I'll
Mm.
perhaps tomorrow I'll have to ask for help.
You have quite the strength at your disposal, quite the counsel you carry with you. Or perhaps they know a better way. Perhaps they can embolden you, or perhaps not. But if we have a resource, we should try to use
I agree.
it. Mm,
Thank you for your counsel.
of course. Uh, thank you for hearing it.
And I think Roshan just stands there staring off into the Norse themed Milky Way.
Mm, Norse Milky Way.
And doesn't throughout this doesn't look at Odin, but just stares at the stars.
Okay. If that's everything, you all can have a long rest.
Wee.
Bum bum. It's time for court. You all wake up the next morning. Uh, you shine you shoes, you brush you hair. Is there anything before you head to the courthouse? Okay. Uh, you all head that way. You meet Pettifogger outside. Uh, she comes over and she's like, okay, so here's the information I have for you going in. I received your character witness statements. Those have already been submitted. They are in. The chief should have read those and will take those into consideration. Um, the way this works is that it's all others. So all others will be heard first. So each of you, whoever is interested and maybe should speak, will get to speak on behalf of the accused or against. There may be people who arrive to do so. I haven't seen anybody come in yet. So currently, you're in a space where it's only people saying really good things about this person. So that's a positive. I can't say somebody won't walk in at the last second, and we have to hear them. We cannot turn them away no matter who they are. They will get a chance to speak. So everybody gets a chance to speak. All information is put on the table. And then Fen will get his chance to speak if he so wishes. And then the chief will deliberate. So that's how it works is you all can speak. Any other witnesses may speak upon their character, upon the events. Um, I would do your best to be vague on events when you think necessary, especially if it implicates you or your friend. But we're going to stick to as truthful as possible without making ourselves look bad. That's the goal. Okay. And also, here you go. And she pulls out these like little push pins. So, what you can do is you can palm this in your hand and you can push it into the flesh of your hand and it can assist you in crying. Um, I also have a couple bottles of vapors. This is a little harder to palm, but if you're able to get it near your eyes, they will start watering. It's over and done with. But it is harder to kind of fake that unless you like turn away and But if anyone's interested, and she'll she'll hand out the items like you can have these if you need them. Um, so I will Schrodinger's crying objects for everybody. If you decide to use one, you have it. So everybody has both.
Neat.
Okay. Is there anything else you need from me? Um, I will be there. I will jump in if things seem to be going poorly. We'll know when things start going poorly based fully on vibes or the fact that they like take him away again. And we're like, we didn't do a good job. So that's where we are. Anything that you guys need.
I think we're all right. Thank you very much for all your help. And hopefully that is all we will require today.
Okay. So this is Jillian giving you some information. Like our lawyer friend said, you guys get to speak first, and then Fen decides whether he would like to speak or not. He could be like, "What was said about me sounds right and true. Thank you," and sit the fuck back down if he was so inclined. Or he could give a speech about he's like, "I feel bad and I'm sorry." The lawyer seems to imply that, hey, stating not stating fault exactly, but like being like, I would like to atone is important. That this lawyer is going to attempt to try and get to speak to Fen before this starts, so that she can relay her information and be like, hey, if you're going to speak, this is what you should do. So you guys are given information. She is going to find her way to Fen and basically be like, basically, here's the order of operations. You will be like the last to speak before the chief makes judgment. And I advise you give a like a I'm very sorry kind of thing. I'm sorry for what I've done and will atone however the court sees fit kind of thing. That's what she advises. But she's like, yeah, follow your heart on that one. Uh, Try to avoid making excuses because it seems like this is it seems the evidence is for you and against you at the same time, as it is something that you confess to. So we are pretty sure it happened. Nyx also confirmed it. And and it has also been confirmed that these people are alive again. So it's like, okay, we are going to go in as gracious as possible, as sorry uwu as possible, and we're going to go from there. She says she'd give you a push pin, but if it's found on your person, we're gonna have a problem. So she's like, I'd give you one, but
you know how many people Fen could kill with that push pin?
I could kill at least 4 motherfuckers before the round even starts. Uh,
Dread ambusher, sneak attack.
watch this shit. Ah! Okay. Um, the 4 of you enter into this room. You've been here before. You are brought into the chief's office. The lawyer's like, this is interesting. And like, as you're being led this way, is like, it is interesting and probably something very good and in our favor that it is something, it seems very personal, and is not being made either into big spectacle or brought into the normal court. This is just being brought into the chief's office. This is something good, and we like that. Um, though she says it may be better if she waits outside, um, and is like, because it's now very personal and we want it to stay that way,
Yes.
I might take a step back.
And even still, it would be quite obvious to you if things go poorly, I imagine, because a lot of guards will show up and Fen will come out. So,
I will be right outside, ready to help if need be, or ready to shake hands when everything goes well.
that's what we're
So
hoping for. Yes.
great. Uh, you are all brought into the office. It's a pretty spacious office. You remember from last time that there is some sort of magical divider that starts at the edge of the desk. So if you decided to, for some reason, charge the chief, you'd probably go and then flop back on the ground. And they'd be like, huh, interesting. Interesting that you did that. Um, Fen is brought in last. You see that the chief and a few guards are already set up in the space. Fen enters with 4 guards and is brought to a corner section. And you can see that some runes light up around the edges of this corner. And there is a shimmer that kind of moves in front of Fen. And it looks like one of these barriers gets set up around Fen as well. So it's kind of like Fen's in his little box to be like, if his lawyer was there, the lawyer would be like right next to him. It'd be their little table. Um, so he is held there. Um, he is still cuffed, and the guards sort of stand flanking, like arm's length away. Um, the chief, uh, older orcish man, and his daughter, they both sit at this desk. She's sitting in a chair off to the side. She kind of looks around. Um, it looks like if you have high insight, and I'll decide if you think you have high insight, you can see that she is trying to kind of push down discomfort. That she seems very uncomfortable in this situation. The chief, not as much. Um, he kind of clears his throat. I've decided that I would go for a less formal approach to this. This is where I suppose our self-given accusations began, and this is where our talks started. So it'll be where our talks end. Um, I have been made aware of some character witnesses. Letters have been sent. Information has been brought to my attention. Um, it seems that 12 individuals in Skull City were killed, and that they have been, by druidic means, reincarnated. Um, it also seems that some monetary payout has occurred for these individuals as well. And there has also been damage to the holding cells. Um, I I've tried some interesting cases before, some hard ones, some emotional ones, and I find this one complex, and yet when others have spoken about it, or others from your account, um, it seems so simple. It is a problem created and a problem solved. But not all problems can be smoothed over with magic and money. Maybe this is one of those cases. And today we will find that out. I am impartial. I have not made a ruling yet. I have not made my decision yet. I will wait to hear all commentary before deciding. My daughter, my second, will be my counsel. She will help me deliberate and come to a conclusion. Whoever would like to come forward first may do so.
Roshan will stand up and not cross over to the desk because the room is already small enough. So Roshan will stand up and speak first. And he says, "Thank you for allowing us this place to say our piece. I'd like to start with the events that led up to where we are today. Last week, we were investigating a string of robberies perpetrated by the Blind Eyes. We spoke to several shopkeepers and figured out which items were missing. And we came upon the information that Roshan doesn't want to say "fuck your ma's" in here, but he cannot remember what the name of it is.
Sorry if that's all you
Yeah, he's like,
mumbles under his breath.
The
There's an
revered
establishment.
establishment, fuck your ma's.
"Fuck your ma's" was burgled, and there was stolen the corpse of a creature filled with poison that could be very dangerous. We suspected that there would be an event staged on the birthday of Skull City, one that could take the lives of the citizenry, or perhaps be a targeted attack. We followed this information along with other leads into the back entrance of the hideout for the Blind Eyes, and in an attempt to stop the whatever was to transpire before it began, we let ourselves in the back door. We found ourselves on the other end of Balliste, and a fight broke out, which cost the lives of 12 people. But the fight wasn't over because there was no fight left. The fight was over because we had realized our wrongs and decided what began with swords ended with words. And we spoke to Bottleneck and eventually Waylon as well. And we did not suss out what exactly was their plan with the gas spore, but they clarified that it was indeed to cause a major disruption and likely the death of someone on the birthday. And that's when, as you very well know, we called the Pillars of the City to meet at Pink's with Bottleneck's Waylon and a few people chosen by Bottleneck to represent the people of the city who are not pillars. And because of those talks, a gas spore was removed from the stage where speeches were to be given, likely saving lives. And during this time, we learned that our friend Fen was peer pressured into breaking out of his jail cell with a trio of ne'er-do-wells, and we would like to offer our services in repairing that. My friend Nix here is a talented stone singer and could help putting those stones back into place. But if you would rather monetary compensation for the damage caused, we'd be happy to pay it. And finally, those 12 souls that were lost in the battle have been restored to life, although not the same form as they left, and monetary recompense has been given such that they receive counseling services in their life under this new form. We hope that this would right the wrongs that were achieved on that day, and would be happy to hear and submit to any further actions you deem necessary.
May I ask you a question, young man?
Of course.
You spoke of hearing of break-ins and worrying about poisons. Why did you take it upon yourselves to go face this head on?
Oh, Roshan doesn't want to throw Leah right under the bus, but he did ask. We, well, by we I mean my friend Nana, brought up the string of robberies to the constabulary and was given, unfortunately, no resources with which to help in this situation. And we rightly assumed that people we are fond of could be in danger for this, so we took it upon ourselves to solve the issue when no help was granted.
I'm not shocked that a hand was not extended to you in this situation, as we usually do not reach out to citizens for assistance in matters of this magnitude. Is there anything else you would like to add, sir?
I've said my piece. I'll add one thing. Fen is a close friend, and I would speak on him, on his character, whether or not he was up for trial today.
I see. Now you may take your seat. Anyone else is welcome to step up and speak. I will say that if you do not, often in situations like this, if a group presents themselves to provide a statement, one person can provide that statement, and it is a statement stated by the group. So one voice may speak, and if the others do not speak, what is stated from that one person is stated by all. So if that is what you wish to do, by all means, if there's anything else you wish to add, you may.
I think Nana would like to stand and say, there's little I could add beyond what my friend Roshan has already presented, but I would like to, at least for my part, offer genuine gratitude for your patience in the matter of our involvement in this situation, and for your understanding as well. We are strangers to your town, but we feel strongly a desire to be helpful wherever we are. For some of us cannot be where we consider to be home, so we would like to, as Roshan has said, make certain that any hurt that we have done in seeking to do good is made well. And if there is anything further that we can do to prove ourselves remorseful and desiring to better our comport as travelers in your city, then we would like to offer ourselves to assist or to do what must be done.
If that is all, you may be seated.
Thank you.
Here's my question is Jillian. Does anybody make themselves cry? I'm just asking for a friend.
Roshan, when he says the line, what started with swords ended with words, wants to add a little sniffle. Just a
Okay.
little bit.
Okay.
I think
I
Fen-
think it was not hard for Nana to be misty-eyed in, like, thinking on, like, genuinely, she does not feel good about the shit we did and the people that died because we ran in there half-cocked. And I don't think she hides that. And I think, like, she does maybe use a little bit of the pin.
Okay.
Just to kind of help that
Use the
along. It's like, the emotion is genuine. She's not good at just crying on command, but the emotion is there, and she just uses a little pinprick to kind of, like, nudge the tears.
I think Fen probably just has a legitimate tear from Roshan and Nana's words in support of him. Like, no fakery involved, not even as a result of remorse for what he did, just hearing his friends take his part when he's sitting there watching. Like, I think he probably sheds a tear for that.
Okay. So, Nana, give me sleight of hand. It is not a very high DC for using the pin.
Mm-hmm. Radio. What do we got? We have 16.
Okay. So I'd like a performance check. There's gonna be a few checks that happen. Roshan, I'd love a performance check. Nana, I'd love a performance check. Nana, you can add a D4 to your roll for using the pin.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. All right, girl, let's see what you got.
And it's just Nix and Keld in the background, like, we're here. What they said.
Nix
You
is
are
just sitting there
doing-
going, "You said everything about what I've done, Roshan. Do I need to step up?"
Yeah.
Well, the things you said are true and correct.
Yeah.
The chief said I said them technically.
Yeah.
I rolled a nat 20, so that was a 31.
Holy shit.
Okay.
I have a total of a 22 between my D4 and my sleight of hand bonus.
Okay. Those emotions seem genuine. They may have bearing on the rolls coming. Does anybody else from the We Love Fen Peanut Gallery have any more commentary?
I said, I don't think Nix has more to add, but she would step up and say, Roshan already said everything I've done to try to fix it with bringing everyone back. But if you had any questions about it, I'd like to answer. And also, I do want to fix the wall. If it's made of stone, I can fix the wall, and I'll do that either way.
I suppose I could get some clarification on things regarding the magics involved. Could you tell me if there is a monetary component to this this spell you have used?
It's about, well, depending on, they like to upcharge for oils, especially in large quantities, because they're the really expensive kind. So it's at least 1,000 gold ish worth of unguents and oils and there that I need, and usually it's more than that though because of the rarity of it.
Roshan coughs and says, "A piece."
Oh yeah,
Per spell.
per person. So there's around 13,000 that I spent.
I see. Um, and the process, it seems that it changes the physical form of the person, but not
Yes.
the mental capacity or the memories.
Yes. So she'll explain the whole process to him about how she took the hairs,
Okay.
and it's still them that she basically grows them a new body, and that if he wants to meet other people, that she's also done this for Sindri, for people from his employ.
I see. And you believe your magics, it seems such a small thing in comparison, could fix a wall.
Oh yeah, I could make one in here right now if you wanted to see it.
Oh, unnecessary.
Okay.
If it turned out you were unable to make a wall, we would just ask for the payment for materials and manpower.
No, it'll take a few minutes. I can fix it.
I see. Uh, is there anything else you would like to add? You may seat. You may seat, he says.
You may take your seat.
You may seat.
And
That's a
sit.
chair.
And he's like, what the fuck? Holy shit.
I haven't had my coffee yet.
He's like, Jesus Christ.
I'll polymorph into a bear and let someone use me as a chair, I guess.
He's like, please don't. Please don't. uh, I just Cal steps forward. I'm just a country lawyer. It just has his bubble pipe. There's hot in here.
Cal can talk as the authority of a
I
chief
wasn't gonna
side.
bubble in his office.
It's rude to bubble in another man's office.
Do it. Do it,
Especially
Cal.
if you don't open the window at least.
Yeah.
That's true. Keld, would you like to say anything, or would you like the group statements to be spoken for you?
He is fine with the group statements.
Yeah, he's like, those
I
sound
don't
right.
think I have anything to add.
Okay.
I definitely won't add that the Hellions are my girlfriend.
The bad influence is my girlfriend. I'm sorry.
I definitely can't add that, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay, we're gonna pretend we don't know them.
Nope. We will not perjure ourselves. Nope.
And the chief kind of acknowledges that all of you are done and will turn to look at Fen. Is there anything you would like to say, sir?
I'm struggling to find anything to say on my own behalf that hasn't been said by my friends. But I will say that we're new to your town, haven't spent very long here, but we've traveled widely. Everywhere we've been, from Arentoff to Laminderfield to Nuansuk to Jarlsbecker to here, we've fought and slain monsters. We've sought to seek out injustice and help people everywhere we've been. And we found people in this city at risk and suffering when we arrived. We tried to reach out for help, bringing word of theft, and then when investigating that, discovered that there was an even greater threat to people that I wouldn't have even considered allies at the time, but we wanted to make sure that more lives weren't lost. We tried to find help to assuage that situation. And again, nothing but stone walls. So we took it upon ourselves to continue our investigation and to take action because time was dreadfully short. We thought that there was a potential that many lives would be lost. And I slew many people who turned out not to be monsters, just desperate folk trying to make their way. As Roshan stated, what started with swords ended with words, and I felt that the best way to make those words be as civil as possible was to take myself out of the equation, not to be present for the negotiation, having done the damage I had done personally. And I asked for my arrest and I surrendered to it. I was taken away, and it seems that things went as well as could have possibly gone in my absence. But there was still much destruction left in my wake, and I knew that having been through everything we have done collectively, I was capable of doing more to help remedy the damage I had done. An opportunity presented itself for me to leave the jail cell I was held in. I didn't break the hole in the wall or bend the bars, but when the opportunity arose, I slipped out. I left, and I've spent my efforts in the meantime helping to gather the components of the spells that Nyx benevolently used to bring back the lives that I had taken. And I'm willing to further do what I can to help restore the city to the peace that it knew, so long as that peace leads to people's happiness and their safety. I don't know how many monsters are still out there, but as long as there are, I know that I and everyone else in this room will continue to work to slay them, but we'll do so with renewed discretion after the lessons we've learned here. I know that I have many abilities that can be helpful to the city, to the continent, to the known world, if they need be used. But I'm also willing to accept responsibility for what I've done and spend the rest of my days here doing my part, even if it means just sitting on the other side of a set of steel bars. I'm at your mercy.
The chief nods. If you would give us a moment. And you watch as like there's like a little shimmer from this magic wall, and it kind of becomes like I've lost it.
Frosted
You know what?
glass?
Frosted glass. I was
Clear.
just like foggy glass.
Frosted glass. Yeah,
I was going through the different like descriptors for
Vaseline
glass.
on the glass.
Jenny was on his shoulder the whole time. So Jenny was on Finn's shoulder just being cute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Of
She
course.
jumped out of Nana's pocket, and before the walls
Yes.
came up, she's like, "And I'm here," and stuck the landing.
Yeah, 100%. Like the second we walked in, like Jenny was like, "And Fen?" and went over to him right away. If that's not a good character witness moment, I don't know what it is.
Okay. So you all are sort of left sitting on the side of the office in some awkward silence. And while we're in that awkward silence, I think it's time for some rolls. Roshan and Nana, I'm going to give you a d4 to add to your rolls because of your performance checks. Fen, I would like a persuasion roll. Persuasion rolls from everyone who spoke.
Got it. May
Another
I use
31.
May I use my commanding presence?
If you have abilities, you may use them.
Yeah.
If you end up using magic that has a verbal or somatic component, then we have a different situation.
Understood.
But
No, this is just my superiority dice. I'm stacking this, mother. Okay. I take insurance anymore. Okay, good. All right, my persuasion is 29.
okay. Nyx,
17.
okay. And Fen,
16.
and the middle of that. Okay. Anything while you guys sit in the awkward silence that is one half of this office?
Nana looks to Fen and says, "Whatever happens, we'll figure it out."
I think Fen goes to speak, chokes up a little bit, and then just kind of like falls into Nana and hugs her. Like,
Oh, you guys can't touch. I'm so sorry.
oh, okay.
You're in your magic box. You're like,
Yeah.
but the impulse is there.
Yeah.
You gotta wait.
Solidarity. It's all right, bud. You'll be okay.
He'd also give a look and a nod approvingly to the rest of the party. Just a thanks visually, like, somatically rather than verbally, because
hmm
yeah.
Okay. You guys sit there for like a solid 30. While the chief and his daughter, his second, speak on this matter. You assume. You can't confirm that they didn't detour and talk about something else. But you can assume you can assume that the 30 minutes was spent talking about this.
We talk about their
Uh,
lunch orders.
I was
They're just like,
wondering, like,
"What
were
do
they
you
debating
want?"
lunch?
That may have happened. That could have been part of that, but you'll never know.
Just to make a
Uh,
stew?
They're just
I'd
like,
like to
should we
roll
like go?
insight when they come back to see if they
Yeah.
ordered lunch.
Yeah. Uh, the magic wall sort of clears back up. The two of them are still in their seats. And any like murmuring sort of quiet as the chief clears his throat. I still feel, I think, in a similar way as I did in the beginning, where something is very complex and yet simple. It just depends on who you are looking in. Listening to the way you all describe it, it's like it is simple. And for me, for maybe for others, it seems like something more complex. And that does not mean you are wrong in your thinking, it just means it is different. Something that seems like fighting monsters, being heroic. That is not everyone's every day. So that is not something the normal person perhaps could understand fully where your mind was at, your intent, your purpose. I don't want to set a precedent that having the influence and resources can get you out of situations such as this. That being lucky enough, being talented enough to use money and magic to save lives in this way, lives that you took, whether in the moment thought to be for good or not. And perhaps this would be a different situation, a different story, where you would be villains. And there's a version of this story where you are heroes. It is complex, and yet it is simple. You are not one or the other. You are people who gave this city a chance. Another one. You gave us an opportunity to hear each other when we would not listen. Perhaps getting there was flawed, and not just from you, perhaps from all of us. But we got there, and that was at your behest, your pushing, your interfering, for lack of better word. If you were anyone else, I think, there would be 12 funerals, perhaps more, and we would never see you again. You would never return to the city. You would have fled. And for a while, that is what I assumed you to have done. But I think it takes quite the courage to confront one's own mistakes. These people, even though brought back, even though given compensation monetarily and in the form of life, um, we have decided that is not enough and require more in the monetary department towards those so that they can get more assistance. And some of this money will be donated into programs to helpfully assist others. Uh, we will, of course, take you up on your offer to fix the wall. It is perhaps the bare minimum in this. Is such a small thing when we discuss human lives, and yet there is a wall that must be fixed. It seems silly to bring up, but I will accept your offer on that. So we would request monetary compensation for those who were affected and their families and their community. Uh, we also will be charging for the crimes in and of itself. This is money that will be put back fully into the community as a whole. Um, this will be for the damage to infrastructure, uh, the man hours that went into attempting to locate you, and hopefully begin mending this crime in the way that you have all begun mending it, which is with money and with magic. It is something you seem to have in spades, so it is what I will take. Um, I do not, in this moment, see the benefit of keeping you, Fen, held here. I have also come to the conclusion that I will not banish you from the city as something that was very high, I think, on my prerogative. But in this moment, I will not be following through with that. Though I will inform you that you will be seen here. If you do something in public, you will be seen. The smallest slip up will come with consequence. So I expect model citizenship while you inhabit the bone walls of Skull City. So I expect no more shenanigans, and if you feel so inclined to be so gung-ho in said shenaniganry, I would expect you to come to my office, and perhaps we can have a discussion first before next time. I would like, it could be installments or it could be immediate, but all in all, I am seeking 10,000 gold as recompense. And I suppose somebody, ma'am, will escort you to the holding cell for your masonry skills. I think we are done here. And then there's like the shimmer and those runes flash, and then the walls around Fen kind of disappear, and one of the guards comes over and he'll undo your cuffs.
Thank you very much, Chief and Chief's daughter. We will do our best to
Roshan
comport ourselves better.
Roshan will will ask if he'll accept the payment in gems.
Or jewelry.
Um,
But don't
Not
ask
sus
about
at
it.
all.
they will need to bring in. No, I don't think they will. I'm gonna be a bitch on this one. So you guys may have to either put like a good down payment down, or once again everybody turns to wind and starts going to sell gems on this side of the continent.
I mean,
Um,
what's another wind walk errand shopping spree, selling spree?
yeah.
Thank you for your mercy, Your Grace. Can I repay some of this in deed rather than gold?
If it seems that you and your companions are quite self-propelled in that aspect, it almost seems foolish to ask you to spend your time picking up litter or painting walls. Um, so I would ask that if you see those who need help, maybe in the small ways, that is a way to give back to the city. That if you see those moments and are propelled by your own wish to do good, then that is what I would ask.
It's all we sought to do in the first place. It was only by happenstance that we stumbled upon such a grand predicament that led to this.
We need not talk on it any further. I can change my mind while we're all still standing here. And he kind of gives like a little bit of like a chuckle.
I believe we are grateful for your ruling as is and for your good humor as well.
Of course. Is there an amount that you are able to pay at this time?
Let us consult the money bags.
How much coin are you able to give me?
I'll
I
drop
have
1,500.
almost none.
Oh.
I have 4 gold
Someone's
in my
got
pocket.
coin. We've got 5. Well, we've got 740 in the bag.
Fen got robbed because these people don't know how to run a city. So I got nothing.
I sold stuff to be able to get tattoos and couldn't get all of my tattoos, so I still have money from it. So I'll drop 1,500 gold.
There we go.
I could
We
slap
can-
60 on the table.
We can down pay
fair.
2,000 of the gold
Okay.
with Nix's.
Okay. Well, you guys put down 2,000. And do you, I think it only polite that, and I'm feeling gracious. What is your timeline, you think, for payment?
It should take no longer than a week if that will serve.
Uh, I would appreciate that. And I will say this. I appreciate the down payment, and I feel, is your honesty in these situations. Whether I agree with all choices involved, we've already come to that conclusion, and I will not harp on it. If you are gone from the city, Fen, for 3 days, and this is not paid, I will consider this a problem. So it is best you not take a vacation from the city longer than 2 days, if so inclined, before a week is done.
All right.
Understood, Your Grace.
You are all welcome to go now. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, sir.
You all shuffle out
We
of
bow.
the
We
office.
leave. We're
I
very
follow somebody
polite.
to go build a wall.
Yes,
Yeah,
you follow a guard.
Yeah, this guy's like, okay, come with me. And you're brought into the jail cell, and they're just like, are you able to do anything about the bars?
I think Fen would have gone
Stone,
with
yeah.
Nix
Sure.
as part of his community service.
Yeah.
Can you heat metal? We can bend them back into place. You
That's kind
can.
of what I was thinking, but it's gonna hurt.
No, it's going to hurt. But
Well,
why
if you
would?
touch it, it would hurt.
Well, just use a crowbar. Just heat the metal to the bars, and I'll use a crowbar to bend them back into shape.
Okay, I'll cast heat metal on it.
You know, I'm not gonna be too picky about how you guys fix some slightly bent bars and magically fix a wall. Though I do want to hear what the magic looked like for fix wall.
Well, I think she's going to use wall of stone, but just like
Okay.
focusing it on where the hole is.
Mm-hmm.
So she would take the wood off that they have up to see exactly where she needs to place it, and just puts her hands against the wall, and they would see that it kind of looks like almost like how plants grow, but it's the stones start growing up out of each other and filling in. It's not, it doesn't have the nice cement seams, it's just one big slab instead of matching. So it's very clearly a patch job.
Uh-huh.
And it just stands there for 10 minutes waiting to make sure that it's solid.
The guards just awkwardly watching you watch this wall, and they're like, we don't know what's going on, but we're not gonna say anything."
We
Um,
won't question the process.
but eventually the bars, maybe a little wonky, are back in place. Maybe the wall, a little wonky, is a wall again. And you are sent on your way back out into the skull proper. Currently
We shake
free.
hands with our attorneys as we leave.
Yep. They expect another 100 for
Roshan
showing up.
pays.
Thank you. Well, let me know if you need anything else. It was a pleasure doing business with you. It all sounded really good. Good show. And she'll head out.
Well, honestly, I feel like that went as well as it absolutely could have done. And not for nothing, Finn, I'm proud of you.
I can't imagine what for.
Well, not to put too fine a point on it, but the chief said it. Takes courage coming back and actually owning up to a mistake. So,
I knew it would be all right because you were here. Because you and Roshan and Nix and Kel were willing to stand there and say kind things about me after everything. And I apologize for what this has done for each of you and to all of us. I'm sorry.
that's all right.
It's
You can pay us back by indulging us in some food and drink, I think.
I really can't. I can go out and try to
You're
find.
not paying for anything.
I know where gooseberries are. I can find some gooseberries.
Right.
but,
I'm just saying, just join us for some food. I'm not asking you to pay for it for
No, I
all
was-
of us.
I was robbed. I have nothing.
I know. That's why I'm saying you don't have to pay. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
You can pay with your presence.
Exactly. Your
Yeah,
company.
you can pick the restaurant.
Mm.
Yes. Save us the trouble.
I have to imagine Pink's is off the table.
I
I
have
wouldn't call
to
that a
imagine.
restaurant.
Not
Mm.
particularly.
Well, they've got drinks, but
They do.
and tapas. They had tapas the last time I was there.
That's true. That's true. But I feel like maybe we'd best let some absence allow our memory to be a bit sweeter
We
for
know that
for
one,
Pink.
the bar that we almost got into a fight at.
I
We might
think
have
that's
finished crocheting our items.
that's
I
What?
do
Well-
want to check up on our items.
Crochet.
all right.
What? You
Let's
got
not
crochet
have
at the.
fights then, at
Yes.
least.
Mm.
Less.
Well, the guy that almost fought with
I don't
us
think you
is
guys
a
want to fight
crocheter.
him.
Yeah, he makes art.
Really? Well, this I've got
Ben will
to
take
see.
his bow and arrows back from Nana.
Nana will
just in
pass them
case.
back over. Yeah. No, don't pull
So,
them. Don't pull
We're
them.
going to Bone Spur, is what
Yes.
we've decided we're
To
doing. Okay.
celebrate.
Because
So
we
we're
got
We're
to
We're
celebrating at
beginning.
Bone Spur.
Yeah, you guys go to Bone Spur. It's kind of early, but you go to Bone Spur. And you are welcome to drink and whatever food. You may have to like go around the corner to like a hole in the wall place and be like, hey, could we get some more food and bring it over? But you are able to have food and drink. And I will say, if you spend some time here, you can have your crocheted items. I don't remember what any of them were besides a sock for Goose. That's all I remember. So you
That's
can
the
have whatever
important
you
one.
want.
That was the important
Yeah.
part, yeah.
That was the critical item. Everything
you
else
can-
is confetti.
Yeah, you can have those items and you can drink and be as merry or unmerry as you like. And that's where we're going to stop for today. Thanks for being here. If you want to keep up with us, we are at Backs of Gods on Instagram, and we are. If you want to keep up with all of us, we are at the Dice Cult on Instagram and Blue Sky and Facebook. If you want to watch past episodes of On the Backs of Gods, you can head over to youtube.com/the Dice Cult and see how we got here. If you want to go all the way back, you are welcome to. I don't exactly recommend it, but I can't stop you. I certainly
We do
can't
have
stop
some
you.
old ass memes from there, so I don't know.
And if you want the whole story, you're welcome to.
I can give them a
Uh,
recap if they need it.
Yeah,
Like,
Katie will just do a
Mm.
recap one day, and it'll be great.
Yeah.
Selling ourselves short. It's an awesome story. Like
That's true.
we did a lot of good stuff. It was fun.
Hey, no, it was
I have to
good.
say.
I'm just saying.
It's a lot.
It's
as
also
well.
It
a
is.
lot.
If you listen, if you got nothing else going on, by all means.
I
you're
mean, it's
welcome
great to listen to in the car while you're
If you'd like to watch a
vacuuming.
DM slowly gain confidence, by all means, start on episode 1 and make your way through.
Julian,
Uh,
you've been brilliant and more so since the start.
Yeah, okay.
True.
I let charm throw a man into a fire. I dwell on that every day. Every day I'm just like, man, I let charm kill a man. Now, what are you gonna
I
do?
mean, that's the
Uh,
kind of thing you'd expect the Fae to do.
I'm just like, oh, speaking of the Fae, um, if you're like, well, Jillian, what else am I going to watch? On YouTube, you could also watch, or here, you can watch Gossamer Vale, run by Katie, Celtic mythology inspired campaign. Goes live every other Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Lucky for you, this week is one of those Thursdays. So we'll be here on Twitch this week at 8 p.m. You're welcome
That's
to
the
join us. We
18th.
have some bandits to deal with, and maybe we're the bandits that we found along the way. Unclear.
Friendship
found
was the
family.
bandits we found along the way.
Sometimes you're the bandits that you were hunting along the way. But we'll see what happens. So you
You
can
go a
watch
little off the
past
rails when you
episodes
lose your boyfriend.
on YouTube, and because we're not in the triple digits yet, we're pretty
Yeah.
chill. So you could
Yes.
catch up a lot
Real
easier
easy.
if you were
Yes.
so inclined.
Mhm.
And if you are looking for some dice that are pretty and done what tell a good story, you can go to the chat or the box below and get some of Katie's dice. If you are so inclined, and it seems they roll really well for court cases.
They
So if you're
love that
doing
Phoenix Wright shit.
a dramatic court themed campaign, maybe these are the
Ooh.
dice for you.
Or if
Um,
you're on trial, feel free to take those with you.
Yeah, they
for
could
like
be your
good luck.
luck
Just put them in
charm.
your pocket.
Get out of that driving ticket.
Yeah,
Disclaimer:
well,
we can't guarantee that you'll do that.
we certainly can't, but we can pretend. Um, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. We love telling you a story. We'll be here same time, same place, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.